معتمدي ورجاي، ذخري وذخيرتي في آخرتي ودنياي. الإمام الحسين عليه السلام زيارة مني ونيابة عن والدي
محمد وآل محمد. بار دیگر نعرہ صلوات. اللہم صل علی محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجہ. اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم. بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. الحمد للہ رب العالمین والصلاة والسلام علی اشرف الانبیاء والمرسلین حبیب قلوبنا وطبیب نفوسنا الذي سمي في السماء بأحمد وفي الأرض بأبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين، ولعن الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من يومنا هذا إلى قيام يوم الدين. فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه المجيد وفرقانه الحميد وقوله الحق. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. محمد رسول الله والذين معه أشداء على الكفار رحماء بينهم تراهم ركعا سجدا يبتغون فضلا من الله ورضوانا. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. Community of believers, brothers and sisters in faith, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أعظم الله أجورنا وأجوركم بمصابنا بالحسين عليه السلام، وجعلنا وإياكم مع الطالبين من الطالبين بثاره مع وليه الإمام المهدي القائد محمد عليه السلام. اللهم صل على محمد. الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب عليه الصلاة والسلام. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. First of all, we are thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala once again that we are blessed with this opportunity. You can see the numbers are, instead of increasing, they are decreasing. So normally what happens when the Muharram progresses and the dates gets closer to the Ashura, there are more mu'mineen come out of the houses. But no problem. Islam is not about kathrat, it's about, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always praised the aqalliyat. Ya Ali. So the chosen ones are always few. So don't be despaired. Abu Abdullah, when he started his movement, imagine the Muslim empire, so-called Muslim empire, the size is mentioned in the history, is about 1.6 million square miles. This was the size of the Muslim empire at that time. And how many people came with Abu Abdullah in Karbala? Only 71 others, and Imam Hussain himself, like those who fought with him, alongside him. So inshallah, but we recite aloud salawat for the increase in the number of mu'mineen. Inshallah, say salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So in these nights we were discussing the purpose of azadari, the purpose of commemoration of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, the sha'air Allah, what are these symbols of Allah, where they are leading us, and what kind of rizq we are getting, and this rizq which is necessary for our spiritual journey and the spiritual existence. Because for every journey we need zad, We need provision. So, for example, if you go on a holiday of like 2 days or 3 days, you will take the provision of 2 or 3 days. You won't be taking like, for example, 1 month of provision. So if you go somewhere for a 1 month's time or for example a 6 months time, so you will be taking provision, bank balance or cash or whatever for that period of the time. But imagine for the spiritual journey or spiritual self or spiritual provision that we are gathering, do we have the idea what is the length of that journey? Is it a month journey, for example, where we are heading towards after this life, which is 60, 70, 80 years? And after that, we will be entering into eternity. How much provision do we need for eternity? The answer is what? Eternal provision. For an unlimited time of the stay or unlimited time of the journey, we need an unlimited source of provision or the provision itself. Imagine on the day of Khandaq, when Imam Ali alayhi salam struck his sword on Amr ibn Abduwad. Buzurg and elders, they know the story. I mean, even the children know the story. When Imam Ali fought with Amr ibn Abduwad, and what happened, that he tried to humiliate Imam alayhi salam, and Imam alayhi salam left him, and then he came back and he killed him. But on that day, Prophet said a hadith about Imam Ali alayhi salam. Not only Imam Ali alayhi salam, but his strike of the sword. How much time does it take to strike a person? Maybe 1 second, 2 seconds? The Prophet said, ضربة علي على يوم الخندق أفضل من عبادة الثقلين. The strike of the sword of Ali on the day of Khandaq is heavier than, or the reward of that striking of the sword is heavier than the ibadat of jinn and ins together. So if all mankind, they try to earn thawab and reward, Imam Ali alayhi salam got it in more than that, in one strike of the sword. Now consider Imam alayhi salam, he fought many battles, he fought against many polytheists, knights, he killed all those people who were boasting themselves against Rasulullah. There was no single tribe who came to fight against Islam, and Imam Ali has not killed the warriors from those tribes. Imagine the reward of Imam Ali alayhi salam. No one can imagine. But what he says about himself, min qillat zad. What a little provision I have got. Imam Ali alayhi salam, Ya Allah, what should we say? وطول السفر وبعد السفر وطول الطريق. The journey is long, the journey is long, the destination is far, and my provision is limited. We need this provision which is coming from anything. So sitting here in Majlis, we are getting this provision. We're getting this rizq, mashallah, you are here. And today we will see that can we get this provision alone, or do we need some support? And for this I recited an ayah from the Quran, which is the chapter number 48, Surah Al-Fath, and the verse number 29, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about the Prophet and his loyal companions. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Muhammadur Rasulullah. Muhammad is a messenger of Allah. Walladina ma'ahu. And those who are with him. Walladina ma'ahu. Ma'ahu doesn't mean that, for example, who were sitting with him or who were living with him. No, ma'ahu means They were with the Rasulullah in body and soul, with the ma'rifat of the Rasul. Being with the Rasul is not enough. And so much so, for example, being with Imam is not enough. If somebody is with Imam with the ma'rifah, وَالَّذِينَ مَعَهُ, and those who are with him. With him means with all their ma'rifat, with all their heart, with all their loyalty. So what Allah says about them? Who are they? وَالَّذِينَ مَعَهُ أَشِدَّاءُ عَلَى الْكُفَّارِ. They are stern and firm against disbelievers. رُحْمَاءُ بَيْنَهُمْ, and merciful among themselves. The sign of the companion of the Prophet, and obviously Imams as well, is what? They are firm, they are strong, they are steadfast against the enemies. But they are very merciful, they are very kind, they are very generous, they are very mindful among themselves. So this is a sign of a companion of the Prophet, true companion. And obviously the companion of the Imam as well. We'll see there is a hadith of the Prophet from Imam Hussain al-Islam, say salawat. On the night of Ashura, he told this hadith to his ashab, that I heard from my Jad that Hussain will be killed alone on a strange land, thirsty and mazloom. He will be killed, and whoever will support Hussain as if he has supported Rasulullah. And the Hujjah. So the Prophet combined the help of Imam Hussain al-Islam with himself and the 12th Imam, Imam Mahdi Ajallahu Ta'ala Sharif. So in one hadith, Imam al-Salam mentioned the story or the state of the people who were helping Imam Hussain al-Islam in 61st Hijrah. He said, Prophet has already told Imam Hussain al-Islam, whoever will support you as if they are supporting me. That means first of the 14 Ma'asumeen and the 14th Ma'asum as well. That is the state of the companions of the Imam Hussain al-Islam. So the true companion of Imam Hussain al-Islam, they are the true companions of Imam Mahdi al-Islam. They are the true companions of the Prophet of Allah. They are the true companions of the Hujjah of our time. The same thing goes for us, inshaAllah. If we are true companions of our Imam, as if we are true companions of Imam Hussain al-Islam. We are true companions of the Prophet of Allah. We are true companions of Imam Ali al-Islam, inshaAllah ta'ala, inshaAllah. And the acceptance of this prayer, please recite a loud salawat. But the sign which is mentioned here is what? That mu'mineen, community, believers, friends, they are what? They are stern against enemies, but they are merciful among themselves. I need to ask myself, and we need to ask everyone else, for example, do we have this quality? Are we merciful with each other? Because this is a sign, otherwise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't have anything extra in Quran. Every little word has a meaning. And the ayat doesn't stop here. Ashidda alal kuffar ruhma'u bainahum tarahum ruk'an sujjadan yabtahuna fadlan min Allahi wa ridwana. You see them bowing down, prostrating, seeking Allah's bounty and pleasure. So they are in this state. These people are in this state. That doesn't mean they are always in the masjid or Imam Marka. No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says either they are bowing down or prostrating or seeking the pleasure and bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That means wherever they are in the search of the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But sometimes we mix, An arif person, a person who is cognizant, he can make every act as an act of worship. If he is smart, he doesn't want to, for example, like praying 1,000 rakat salat every day or fasting every single day of the year except for the haram days. No, they are not those people. Yes, if they are these people, mashallah, very good. But if you are smart, if you are mutawajjih and arif, you can turn everything into ibadah and everything seeking the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The whole day is in ibadah. How is it possible? Oh, I wake up in the morning, I recite kalma shahadat because Allah has given me another day, another opportunity. One day I will not get this opportunity. I say my salam to my mawla of Imam. Assalamu alayka ya sahib al-asr wa zaman. Say salawat. As soon as you wake up, your mind should go towards the Imam of our time. He's mutawaqqi to be appeared on a Friday. Mutawaqqi, but he can appear on any day. Mutawaqqi means more probably, more likely that he would reappear on a Friday. But that's not definite. I know some people on the night of Friday, they do not wear sleeping clothes. They keep their wallets in their pockets. I know them. So basically, the morning is Friday morning. I might not have the time to collect my things and looking for my keys or anything if my Imam would call me. They are that mutawajjih. Practically. It's not like a story that we are listening from like 1400 years ago. No, I'm ready. Tomorrow is Friday. My Mawla might be coming in the morning. Because Imam will make a Zuhur at the Fajr time. Again, mutawaqqi. Nobody can give a definite time. So Shab-e-Jummah should be different. Friday morning should be different from the other days. I ask myself before asking anyone else. How I wake up? I'm tired, cursing, this, that, fighting. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to go to work. No, mu'min is not like this. So this is what, if someone is living this kind of life, he is a companion. Inshallah, he is the companion of Imam. If not in 313, at least he will be in 10,000 people who will join the Imam in the first row. But my wish should be that I should be in 313. And not only men, women, ladies, sisters. There are 50 women are mentioned in narration that they would be among 313. So women are not divided or they are prohibited from this opportunity. They can be the deputies of Imam. These 313 are deputies of Imam who will be supporting him in his government. But there is, you can imagine now, if I was just calculating the numbers of Shias in this country and that country, so I was just coming up with a number of like something like 300 million. Maybe I'm wrong. I was just doing the numbers. You can do the numbers as well. So okay, they're closer to 313 million. So we need 1 in a million. So if we have 1 in a million, which is of the standard of the deputy of the Imam would come back. But those people need to be in this stage. So wherever we listen to the qualities of the people in the time of the Imam, we should try to see, do we have those qualities? On the other hand, if we come to know the qualities of the people, bad people in the time of Imam, we should be scared. We should not be from those people. So it should not be, and it will not be an automatic thing that somebody will become A-class moment when the Imam will come back. No, they are all فَضَّلْنَا بَعْضَهُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ. Even Salman and Abu Dhar have a difference in level of Iman, isn't it? Salman alayhi salam was at the 10th level of the Iman. Abu Bakr was at 9th, Miqdad was at 8th. In some rawaya, for example, Ammar was at 4th. But at least 3, we know that. So when there is a difference between the closest companion of Imam Ali alayhi salam, which are, if you make a list of Shi'as of Imam Ali, what do you write on the top of the list? Salman, Abu Bakr, Miqdad. These are the 3 names. But they are not same. Are we same? فَضَّلْنَاهُمْ بَعْضٌ عَلَى بَعْضٍ. So they have got fadila over one another. So what happens? We were discussing that how do we attain the risk from azadari, salat, som, so that we can prepare our spiritual existence. It will be strong spiritual existence. Our soul, our spirit is strong. Only then we can fight the shaitan and taghut. Yes, this body needs to be healthy as well. But if the body is the most healthy body, but my ruh, my nafs, my qalb is polluted and weak, rather, in the time of the Imam, and Imam Hussain al-Islam was turning his Hajj into Umrah, and he was leaving Kaaba on the 8th of Dhul Hijjah. Imagine, Imam is going to perform Hajj in 60th Hijrah. And when Imam was leaving, because he saw the enemies, the soldiers of Yazid, they came in the guise of Hujjaj. Apparently they were Hujjaj, but they were hiding swords. So Imam said, if it is in my control, if it is my will, I would be killed 2 steps outside the haram of Allah instead of 2 steps inside it. But imagine when he was leaving the Kaaba, many people, like very, very pious, apparently dry worshippers, dry worshippers. It's not only, for example, that you say somebody is praying and fasting, that means he will be with the Imam. They say, what is Imam Hussain is doing? He's leaving Hajj. Imagine in this time, if you go to Hajj and someone asks you on the 8th of the Hajj, no, let's go back. Honestly, tell me, you have spent 10,000 pounds. You are on Hajj, it's 8th of the Hajj, and Imam is saying, come with me. Many people will be trapped with ibadah. Sometimes shaitan, when he cannot deceive and make people go astray through haram, he will make them go astray from ibadah as well. Haider Abbas al-Islam, he went to the roof of Kaaba and he gave a khutbah from there. We know the bravery of Abbas alayhi salam. He was a faqih as well. So when he gave a long khutbah to awaken the Muslims, and he said a sentence in that khutbah. What kind of this Hajj when Imam cannot perform Hajj? And he said, if this is not a test for us and you in this matter, you will see that this Kaaba will go before the Imam. It will move from his place. That's the status of Imam. So what happens? We are talking about the people, the companions, the friends of the Prophet, of the Imam of this time, the friends. But how the friends or friendship works? What is a friendship? Nowadays you see in the families, children, maybe here the children are very good, and I'm not talking about this community, but we have this problem. The times are changing. Young ones, I'm tasked to talk to the young brothers and sisters, for example. So I just asked forgiveness from the elders. The young ones, the problem is they trust their friends more than their parents. Maybe it's not true for this community, I'm not saying, but I'm saying it's a trend. The most important thing in my life is my friend. Who should be your friend? That's right. In one sense, it is right. But who should be that friend, basically? How do we choose the friend? So I have just collected some ahadith and some verses from the Quran for the selection of the friend. Say salawat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created a human in a way that he is social. Even if you have the wealth of the whole world, if you have the property that you cannot even name it, for example, mansions and cars and everything, but you don't have a single friend, you will be miserable, isn't it? So having a friend is what? Some person is true friend, if somebody has it, he's a rich person. The rich person is not that who has got this material wealth, but he doesn't have one sincere friend in his life. So we see some ahadith, and this hadith is from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this is from Amali al-Tusi. Amali, Amali, this word comes from Amali Shaykh Saduq, Amali Shaykh Tusi, Amali comes from the plural of Imla. When dictation, the teachers, sometimes they say, okay, write something. And the people are, like students are writing. Even we use this word in Urdu as well, Imla. And the plural of Imla is Amali. So Amali of Tusi, Shaykh Tusi, and he mentions from the Prophet. The Prophet said, Al-mar'u ala deen khalilih. Man or mankind, they are on the religion of their friend. If I have a friend, I am on the religion of my friend. So I need to see what religion my friend has. Because Prophet is saying this. Al-mar'u ala deen khalilih. Khalil is the word is used for friend in Arabic. There's not only one word. There's a word called Sadiq. Not Siddiq, Sadiq. Sadiq, Khalil, Habib, Rafiq, Sahib. All these words are used for friend. But I'm not going into the detail of the words, but they are different. In English, we have got the word friend because English is limited, but Arabic is more fasih or baligh. So there are different words for different types of friends. But again, we take any word. So Khalil, the word is used here, Khalil. Like Ibrahim alayhi salam, his title is Khalilullah. He was a friend of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there is a story behind it, and I don't have time today. I promised to finish by 8:30. So at later stage, we will discuss how Ibrahim alayhi salam was made Khalil. Al-mar'u ala deen khalilih, falyanzur ahadukum min yuhalil. Man follows the same creed, the same religion as his friend. So consider carefully who it is you befriend. When you are making a friend, that friend is not for this world. A friend is a friend who is my friend in this world and hereafter. That's the friend. If he is not useful in my akhirah, so what will happen? For example, I make a friend and he is not useful in the hereafter. What I would say, it's a article of speech. We say what I would say or you would say. Don't consider it literally. What a person would say when he has a friend who is not helpful in hereafter is coming from the chapter number 25, Surah Al-Furqan, verse number 29. When a person will say, Ya waylata, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Ya waylata, laytani lamittakhidh ful'anan khalila. People will curse them. Woe to me. had I not made that person my friend. Because he has doomed me. So the friend is the one who will be helpful there. And we'll see how we can take that kind of friend. And Surah Zukhruf is a chapter number 43, ayah number 67. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Al-akhillau yawma'idhin ba'duhum li ba'din aduwwin illa al-muttaqeen. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala goes one step further. What will happen? Close friends. Al-akhillah. Akhillah means it's a plural of khalil. Akhillah, close friends in this world. What will happen in the hereafter? Close friends will be enemies to one another. Except muttaqeen. So if two people who are friends and their friendship is based on taqwa, they are friend in this world and they are friend in the hereafter. You know, it is said in the hereafter that people will be running away from their mothers, from their brothers, from their family. Yes, this is true, but not for muttaqeen. Muttaqeen are friends in this world and they are friends in the hereafter as well. So much so, a friend can do shafaat of the other friend as well. Yeah, we know that the shafaat is basically exclusively or specifically is for the Prophet of Allah, Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's the gift of Allah to Prophet. It's his gift basically. And from him, Ahlul Bayt, mainly from Ahlul Qisa and then all 14 Ma'asumin, they got the Haqq Shafa'at from the Prophet. They are Ahlul Bayt Rasul. Alright, Haqq Shafa'at is the ayat in Quran, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Sawfa yu'tika rabbuka fatarda. Soon your Lord will give you so much that you will be pleased. This Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to Prophet. So this is the question and the tafsir. It is that what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give to the Prophet that he will be pleased. So in the discussion in the tafsir, it is mentioned that it's a haqq shifa'at. How much haqq shifa'at? Because Prophet doesn't want one person who believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he will stay in Jahannam. He wants to do shafa'at to all of them. But obviously, shafa'at is not unlimited. It's limited. And whenever we say salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, it increases. And this is the only prayer which is guaranteed to be accepted. Because something happens when we say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad and this prayer is accepted. In English we do a simple translation, oh Allah bless Muhammad and ali Muhammad. Well, what does a blessing mean? What happens? What happens practically when I make these prayers? And it is that if you ask any prayer, I ask salawat, I say salawat in the beginning, in the end. So it is incumbent on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If he accepts the first thing and the last thing, he will accept the middle thing as well. Because salawat is always accepted. But what happens when I say salawat? Allahumma salli ala. Salli means when I ask someone to pray salat, I will say salli. Salat, this namaz is also called salat. And in Arabic, the imperative word or the command is called salli. Salli means do salat. But Allahumma salli ala, what do you mean? What do I mean? I am asking Allah to pray namaz? No, obviously not. So what is sal? Sal means connection. Make them connected to you. Make Muhammad wa ali Muhammad connected to you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is unlimited. There is no limit. All other makhluk, no matter how buland, how high they are not Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are not khaliq. They will still be makhluk, best of the makhluk. Yasin, wal Quran al-Hakim. The Prophet is the heart of all the creation. But still he's a makhluk. So what is the limit of the sal? What is the limit of the connection of the Prophet and his family towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? A limited to an unlimited. So this journey is also unlimited. That the journey, whenever I say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, this is accepted and the connection makes even closer, even closer, even closer, even closer. It will not stop in this world, it will not stop in the hereafter. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. But what do I get? What do I get when I say salawat? Imagine the Prophet Shafaat was finishing at a stage, at the limit, and I was standing just after that. I said, Salawat Allah Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Allah SWT increased his level of Shafaat, and I was included in it. I got salvaged. It will come to me. وَلَا سَوْفَ يُعْطِيكَ رَبُّكَ فَتَرْضَى. And Prophet recited this ayat at one more occasion. He came to the house of Lady Zahra Salamullah alayha, and she was feeding the child, one of his child. She was feeding the child on one side, and she was grinding the hand mill. Imagine the state of Bibi Zahra Salamullah. The Prophet had tears in his eyes to look at the state of Bibi Zahra Salamullah. It's not easy. We say that he used to grind the wheat or barley with the hand mill. There was no machines in those times. She was not living a life of luxury. If you see what was in the house of Bibi Zahra and Imam Ali alayhi salam, I feel ashamed to sleep on the comfortable bed. They had a skin of the camel, which they used for what? The animals would be fed from that skin in the day, and they will turn it and they will sleep on it. And I buy the best foam for my home. Sayyidul Awsiya, Sayyidul Nisa al-Alameen. They were living a very simple life, very hard life. The Prophet saw Bibi Zahra in this state, he recited this ayat. وَلَا سَوْفَ يَعْطِيكَ رَبُّكَ فَتَرْضَى. Soon Allah will give you so much that you will be pleased, Zahra. Say salawat. So was he talking about, for example, the comfort of this life? No, she still lived a very, very hard life and was martyred at 18 years old. No, this is same Haqq Shafa'at. Haqq Shafa'at, Bibi Zahra Salamullah alayha, is what? When she would come on the day of judgment, and she would say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, show them my rank, show them my honor. Because people did not honor her. Allah would say, go and take whoever loved you and loved your children, take them and just take them to heaven. And when the people, mu'mineen, will be going to the Jannah, they would stop and they would say, Ya Allah, show them our honor. So Allah would say to the mu'mineen, now you go back and take them whoever showed love to you. So even the people who shows love to mu'mineen, they can get shafa'at as well. But there are some requirements. So friendship. Friend is the friend who is a friend in this world and the hereafter. And there is a hadith from Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam. Say salawat. And this is from Nahj al-Balagha. Nahj al-Balagha, we know that Nahj al-Balagha is 3 parts: letters, sermons, and wise saying. Kalamatul Khisar. So it is available in English, in Urdu, in your mobile apps. You can download and try to read at least the short sayings of Imam alayhi salam, at least one saying every day. So you will be memorizing, or at least be familiar with 30 sayings every month of Imam Ali. When you will be talking, so after every 2-3 minutes or maybe 5 minutes or 1 hour, you can mention one hadith of Imam Ali alayhi salam. It will increase your ma'rifah. It's not very hard that you have to buy a big book and shelf and there is no space in my home. No, it's just an app. So if you just keep on, it's easy. In English, okay, Mawla Kalam is in Arabic, his Mawla Kalam. I wish we all knew Arabic, but at least it is available in English or Urdu. So he says, لا يكون الصديق صديقا حتى يحفظ أخاه في ثلاث. Imam said, a friend is not really your friend until he has helped his brother for 3 things. What are these 3 things, Ya Mawla, my Mawla? Fi nakbatehi, in the calamity. When I'm in trouble, the saying goes in English as well, a friend in need is a friend indeed. So Imam is saying your friend is a friend if he's helpful in three things. Fi nakbatehi. Nakbatehi means in the calamity. Wa ghaibatehi, in my absence. That person is not my friend, he is showing the friendship when I'm here. If I go somewhere and then he starts my ghibat, he's not a true friend. Why? Because if you do the ghibat, there's an ayat in Quran, if you do ghibat, it's as if you are eating the flesh of your dead brother. Plus, I cannot fix myself. If I have got some problem and my friends are saying my shortcomings to someone else, I cannot fix them. He has to tell those to me in private, not in public. So a friend is your friend when he is your helpful, he is your friend in your calamity, in problem, in difficulties, in your absence, wa wafatehi, and after your death. Imagine, the friend remains friend after our death. He remembers us in Isal Sawab, he remembers us in good things. You are friend with someone and when he dies, okay, you're busy in your life. No, this is not the friendship. You remember them, not only your family members, but remember your friends in your Isal Sawab. So we mentioned the Salatul Layl that we pray for 40 mu'mineen, whether they're alive or dead. So I need to include my friends who have passed away. I know one of my elder, he was a teacher, rather a professor. So he told me that I had a friend, and he was a mu'min teacher, mashallah, professor of maths. So he was telling me once, I saw in my dream, one of my friends, I didn't meet him for a long time. So he came in my dream, he was in some other city. And he said, after calling him, "You don't remember me at all?" He said, "What happened to you?" He said, "What happened to me? I died." And he woke up. And then he found out, where is he now? Where is he now? And people told him that he passed away. That Allah has gave him permission to came in the dream because he was a mu'min. He will make a dua for him. So Imam is saying he will remember you in your calamity, in your absence, and in your wafat. And now, fourth holy Imam is advising one of his sons that what kind of friends you will take. Say salawat. So Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam, and this is coming from Al-Kafi, volume number 2, and it's page number 376. Muhammad ibn Yaqub al-Kulaini, he mentioned this hadith from Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam that he was advising this to one of his sons. At one place I saw it's Imam Baqir alayhi salam, and at one other place it was written that he was advising one of his sons. Imams have many children. So he said, "O son, avoid acquaintance of 5 types of people." I will say this and inshallah we'll go to the Messiah. So we need to see as well. So he said, do not be friend with 5 types of people. What are these types? Number 1, he said, a liar. Do not make a friend who is a liar, al-kadhab. Why? What will happen? Because the liar will show you the things which are near, far. And the things which are far, they will show it to you near. So they will deceive you. They will jeopardize all your success. They will jeopardize your destiny. Things that you can do, they will say you cannot do. Things you cannot do, they will say you will do, and you will be wasting your time, you will be wasting your opportunity. Do not be friend with a liar. The second one, he said, al-fasiq. Do not be a friend of a transgressor. Fasiq is a person who commits sins openly. We are not ma'asum. You do not know about my sins. I do not know your sins. Allah knows better. He is the Sattarul Ghuyub. وَغَفَّارُ الذُّنُوبِ. At other place, it is a hadith that if people know the reality of other people, they will stop burying them. People will be running away from their brothers and sisters. Imagine, it's a wajib kifaya to bury a mu'min. If they know the reality of one another, it's Allahu Sattarul Uyub. So Imam is saying, but what happens? Fasiq is not that person. Fasiq who commits the sins openly. And this person cannot lead prayers as well. Any moment can lead the prayers. I mean, you do not need to wait for a Maulana to come here, mashallah. If some muttaqi moment, you know that he is a paband of salat and he is a pious person. What is in private, Allah knows better. Do not be suspicious. But he's a pious person. He knows tajweed, masail. He can lead the prayers. Always pray Jamaat Salat. It is also a part of friendship that always pray namaz in Jamaat. Prophet said if there are more than 10 people in Jamaat, including Imam, then he said, I do not know how much sawab it carries. You pray at home, you pray alone, one Salat. And I don't know whether it is accepted or not accepted. We pray 10 people. If one of them has got accepted salat, everyone's salat is accepted, and I get the thawab of unlimited. Because Prophet said, when Prophet is saying, I don't know. Friendship, if you have friends and they are pious. So transgressor, do not be a friend of a transgressor. What will happen? Because he will sell you at the lowest price. And he will get the opportunity to make benefit out of you. He will sell you in the market. The third type, Imam says, al-bakhil, a miser, stingy person. Do not be friend of a stingy person. Because what will happen? When you are in need, he will run away. The fourth type of person, Imam says, al-ahmaq. Do not be a friend of an ahmaq, a foolish person. Sometimes people think it's good to be friends of fools because you keep fooling them. No, a time will come, then the fool will try to help you and he will harm you. You know, in Hikayat Sa'di, Sheikh Sa'di, he wrote Hikayat, stories which are for nasiha. Made up stories, they're not true, but for nasiha. Like a person, he made a friend, a bear, like bear, big bear, like grizzly bear was his friend. So what happens when he would sleep, the bear would brush and he was blowing the flies from his face. A big bear is helping and supporting his friend. Once there was a stubborn fly was sitting on the nose of that person. The bear is just an animal. When the fly was not flying away, he just took a big rock and killed the fly on the nose. He was helping. Don't make a friend who's ahmaq, Imam saying, because he will try to help you, he will harm you. And the fifth, which is very difficult, Imam says, qati'ur rahma. A person who has cut off the ties with his kins. Because he is devoid of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A person who is not helpful to his parents, his brothers, he's doing qati'ur rahim. Silatul rahim, qata'ur rahim. You know these terminologies. A person who's a qati'ur rahim. I said, no problem, he's qati'ur rahim with his mother, his father. He's a good friend of mine. No. He is devoid of mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's possible that I will be devoid of mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because of befriending with him. Or I do a amr bil ma'roof. Oh Baba, please take care of your parents. Take care of your brother. Have you fought with your brother? And these qualities, my brothers and sisters, are not only for our friends. We will be the friend of someone. If everybody is seeing that I don't get the good friends, why I'm not the good friend of someone else? I need to fix myself that I should not be all these five. Then in the market, good friends will be available. When I fix myself, then a good friend will be available. I'm just looking around the friend. Everybody is looking around where I can find this friend. Everybody is looking around. Where would they come from? We are a friend of each other. So when Imam is saying these 5 qualities, do not make friend of these type of people. First of all, I need to fix myself. I should not be one of them. Inshallah, it will be availability of good friends in the community. Say salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And what good friendship we have when we have got friendship in wilaya of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad. You know, the covenant we recite in the ziyarah of Ashura and ziyarah, other ziyarahs. And you see, you have heard these sentences a lot. Maybe you have focused on it or not. Inni silmun liman salamakum wa adumun liman adakum wa waliyum liman walakum wa adumun liman adakum. These kind of words. What do we say? I am at, O Mawla, I am at peace, who is at peace with you. I am at war, who is at war with you. I am a friend of the person who is befriend with you. I am an enemy of that person who is enemy of you. So my standards of the friendship and animosity is what? Is my Mawla. In that sense, a mu'min, a Shia cannot be an enemy of another Shia. Otherwise he is not. Our covenant is what? If I'm saying Ya Ali Madad, I'm saying my Mawla, you are saying my Mawla, but I hate you. It's not possible. That means there's some problem. If we two are fighting, and we are both are, mashallah, the follower of Imam Ali alayhi salam, a lover of Ahlul Bayt, but we hate each other. So my covenant, where is my covenant? It's not right, it's not true. I should not recite it in ziyarah then. Inni silmun liman salamakum wa harbun liman harabakum wa waliyum liman walakum wa adumun liman adakum. This is my covenant. So vilayat is not vertical, that with me and my Mawla. No, vilayat is what? Vertical and horizontal. There is vilayat between mu'mineen. The closer you are, the stronger you are. We are not ideal. I am not ideal. So my partner is not ideal. My wife is not ideal. My children are not ideal. We are not ideal. We all have shortcomings. We need to make dua for them. We need to give some leeway to them. And try to do amar bil ma'roof wa nahy anil munkar privately, beautifully. Not like harshly and so that they will go away. It's a lot of pressure. Brothers and sisters, we are passing through difficult times. I have got children in this country. You have got children. It is a challenge. Peer pressure. Friends. We are talking about friends. People are making friends because they would not be like, they won't like to be isolated. Okay, if I make friends like this, for example, the friends like we have mentioned, he's a friend who is a friend in this world and hereafter. Rather, we are running away from these kind of friends. Because we will be isolated. No, value yourself. Value what you have got. For example, if a sister is wearing hijab, for example, and other girls in the school or college or workplace, they are not wearing hijab and then belittling them, making fun of them, for example. No, you have got gems. You have got value. You have got diamonds and gold you have got. When you go to these places of education, university, school, I used to tell my children, when I dropped them at school, now they're grown up. You're going there, just take that which we have lost. Don't lose what you have got. Imam said, knowledge is the inheritance of a mu'min. It's a lost inheritance. This knowledge is lost. That's why we are going to the secular institutes. Just for knowledge. But the values that we have got, we should not trade the values with this knowledge. So we go there to get the knowledge, but the values, gems of the values, we have got. We are talking about friends, and there was a friend of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, and his name was Habib ibn Mazahir. See, Habib ibn Mazahir, his name is Habib. Habib means friend. Habib, say salawatullah Muhammad wa alayhi. When Imam reached at the door or the near the Kufa, and he came to know that the Kufans have left him, they have broken the bayat. They did the bayat. In some rawayat, it is mentioned that about 30 or in some 40,000 people did bayat on the hands of Muslim ibn Aqil. Imagine if 40,000 or 30,000 people are waiting for Imam, and when Imam came to Kufa, they ran away. Yeah, this is also true. In the Shuhada Karbala, in the martyrs of Karbala, the majority are from Kufa, except from Ahlul Bayt. Except from those 18 Bani Hashim, 18 Bani Hashim, majority of the martyrs were from Kufa as well. We should not always condemn Kufa. Kufa is the city where when Imam of our time will come back, he will make capital in the same Kufa, where Imam Ali alayhi salam was Zahiri Khalifa. And it is happening, whether we are part of it or not. Inshallah, we will be part of it. It is happening. This mashi from the Najaf to Karbala, millions of people are walking towards Imam Hussain alayhi salam. What is it? This revolution has started, brothers and sisters. It's just a matter of ma'arifah. This has started already. And great ulama and maraji, they are telling us that time is not far. Nobody can give us the definite time, but they are telling us it's not far from now. How the world is changing. You know what is happening from last 10 months in Gaza. يَمْلَوْ الْأَرْضَ قِسْطًا وَعَدْلًا كَمَا مُلِئَتْ ظُلْمًا وَجَوْرًا. When he will reappear, he will fill the earth with fairness and justice, as it was filled with injustice and tyranny. It is filled. Can someone do about it? Can stop this madness of killing innocent people? So Imam, when he came to Kufa, now he came to know that they have run away. Hur has stopped him. Now he sent few more letters into Kufa, and one of them to Habib ibn Mazahir. And Habib was with his wife, and when he got the letter, he read the letter, and then he started to cry. His wife asked Habib, "What happened? You are crying after reading the letter? What has happened?" He said, "This letter is from the son of Zahra. And he has written, Habib, I was coming to Kufa. The Kufans have ran away. They have broken the bayat. They're not helping me. Now I'm going to an unknown location." Because Imam didn't mention even I'm going to Karbala. So join me as soon as possible. Imagine, there are two types of people. They are inviting Imam. And there are people Imam is inviting. Then the wife of Habib said, "Habib, what have you decided then?" He said, "I will have a word with the elders of my tribe that what to do about it." She said, "Habib, do you have any honor? Do you have any respect for the son of Zahra? He is in trouble, he is asking, he is inviting you, or you will be discussing it with the elders of the tribe?" He said, "Wallah, I was just testing you. I am going to help Imam Hussain alayhi salam. I was just testing you. I know that you are also the lover of Ahlul Bayt." Habib asked his slave that, "Okay, you take the horse and you go outside the Kufa and I will join you," because it was difficult. It was a martial law. It was restrictions, curfew. So Habib sent his slave with the horse and he said, you wait over there at a certain place and I will come and join you. Now the slave went out the Kufa and he was waiting for Habib, his master, and Habib took some time. It was longer than the planned time. Now the slave said to the horse, it is not okay that the slave would ride a horse of his master, but if my master would not come here, I would ride on you and I will go and help Abu Abdullah. And Habib came at that moment and he heard this. And he said, wow, what is the ghurbat of Imam Hussain alayhi salam? That the slaves are proceeding over their masters. Habib rode the horse and Habib just was going towards Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And Imam Hussain alayhi salam, he was at that time, it is mentioned that he was looking towards Kufa. He was going away from Kufa, but after some time he would turn and he was looking at the Kufa. His companions, Ahlul Bayt, they asked, Ya Mawla, what are you seeing in Kufa? They have left us. Nobody's coming from there. We are alone now. He said, no, somebody is coming. Somebody is coming. And then he saw a horse rider. A horse rider was coming. And then Habib, when he came here and joined Imam Hussain alayhi salam, and people said, Marhaba, Allahu Akbar, when these sounds, these voices, they raised. Bibi Zainab Salamullah Alaiha, she heard these voices. She said, who has come? Somebody told Bibi Zainab Salamullah Alaiha, Habib, the friend of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, he has joined us. Bibi Zainab Salamullah Alaiha said, go and give my salam to Habib. When Habib received this message, he said, he was just hitting his face. Ya Allah, what has happened? Shahzadi Kaun's daughter, the daughter of Rasulullah, the daughter of Fatima, is sending the salams on a slave like me. Allah Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Ask him leave.
Nice to care insan that, inshallah.
Yes, that's what.
दुरूद बर मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद। एक दफ़ा फिर बुलंद तर सलवात भेजे मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद। आज मैंने जैसे कल भी ऐलान किया था, आज हमारी सिस्टर्स जो हैं वो उन्होंने चादर डे के हवाले से कुछ इंतज़ामात किए हैं। तो तमाम सिस्टर्स से, मेरी बच्चियों से गुजारिश है कि वो जो सिस्टर्स में इंतज़ामिया हैं उनसे रब्ता करें और आज उसमें हिस्सा लें। दूसरा, मैंने कल भी रिमाइंड करवाया था, थोड़ा लेट था, लेकिन आज मैं फिर एक दफ़ा आपको याद करवाना चाहता हूँ कि ज़ाहिर है हम सब जानते हैं कि मुहर्रम हमारे लिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है और काम भी साथ चलते हैं। स्पेशली स्कूल्स में अगर बच्चों को ना भेजें तो वो बड़े सख्त हैं आजकल, तो उसके लिए एक लेटर है वो उस पर दे देते हैं, बच्चों को जो है वो लीव दे देते हैं। वो आप ऑफिस में रब्ता कायम करके अपने बच्चों के नाम बताएं तो वो आपको लेटर देंगे, जिससे इंशाल्लाह आपके बच्चों को वो आशूर के दिन के लिए 17 जुलाई को जो है वो आपके बच्चों को छुट्टी दे देंगे। दूर भेजे मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद।